Rudenza Park is a place known for its community. On a normal day, a few nights ago, you would have found college groups, friends, perhaps a pair of lovers behind a tree. The things that usually mortals get wrapped up in. But not tonight. Rudenza was recently the site of a horrible tragedy that the humans see as a mass shooting. But the kindred, the vampires of Salem, see it for what it is. A mass embrace. Lily, you awaken your undead eyes to an all too horrifically familiar night. You have had time in order to process at least some of the tragedy, and now logistics are setting in. The things you don't have. If everyone can go ahead and make a hunger roll for the evening.
That's just a single die, or based on how many hunger you're already at?
Single die.
Success.
Blank is failure, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Big fail.
Donovan?
Fail.
Dude, did we all fail?
All but Felix.
Jesus.
Damn kids.
Lily, what hunger are you at?
3.
You all feel the presence of your beast make its rise. Many different than others, but all of them unique to you. Lily, you hear upon awakening, yes, what a night. Let's paint the town red.
I just try to ignore it, block it out.
You can't ignore me forever, sweetie. This will be fun.
She thinks if you don't acknowledge it, it won't have power over you.
You awaken for the evening. What do you do?
Me or anyone else?
We
Me?
are kind
Okay.
of starting with you. This is taking place at the Raven's Quill, Eleanor's shop. We kind of pre-established that this was the base of operations, so it seemed like a safe place to start.
I wake up and first have that panic because of waking up in an unfamiliar place and then remembering the night before. And then that hollow, really just kind of pit in your stomach where it's like, that wasn't a dream. And then she remembers, she's like, thinks to herself, thank God I was able to make it to the toilet before I threw up, before getting into bed the night before. And she's going to go and instinctively reach for like her phone, and that pit gets even deeper when she realizes, I don't have my phone, I don't know where that is, that lifeline, I don't have my wallet, I just have my computer. And I think honestly, because she doesn't understand DM, I would probably... So, would you say... So I packed stuff with me to take to Eleanor, so I have my bag of things.
Mhm.
I have my bag of books. Because that was next to me when I slept, like next to the bed when I slept,
Right.
would I be okay with my clan Bane, which is grounded, which I need to spend my sleep surrounded by my specific charge, otherwise I take damage?
They are your things. They are
Mm-hmm.
yours. You are sleeping
Okay.
around them. I will give you, based off like the
Okay.
context of the story and everything, I think you're fine.
Okay, just wanted to make sure, because it's fair if she doesn't know exactly that, maybe that internal thing that was like, yeah, grab my things, grab my keep them with me, keep the one thing that's me, and not realizing there's something else deeper that makes her want to do that. So yeah, I think she is probably gonna take a moment to herself and maybe log on and see, like, she hasn't contacted anyone yet, but like looking through her emails of like anything from like the class that she's missed, and then on social media, anything about the event, what happened.
Slow week. Given the event and what happened, it seems like your college has actually given its students some free days.
Oh, thank God I didn't.
It was a mass shooting of other like classes are going to be smaller because of what happened.
Yeah, I would hope that there was some cancellation, all things considered. So that's it. She feels relief that the classes were like kind of like set, but then the sickening of the reason why, and then feeling disgusted at herself for being relieved at that small inconvenience was not. Yeah, she's gonna search, see if just while she's in the space alone, searching like where there's a list of names of casualties that have been released yet or not, or
Not a full list, no.
she's gonna look and see if her name is anywhere listed.
Nowhere.
Okay. Okay. When she's kind of gathered, at least gotten that portion, she'll head downstairs.
What does everyone else do tonight before the Ravens quill?
I'd probably get up, ignore that voice in my ear, tell me that I'm hungry. Yeah, I know. What else is new? Back the fuck
Oh
off.
no. Your voice doesn't just tell you you're hungry. You're a grown boy. You have to eat.
I will later. I literally just woke up. Maybe give me a little time.
A little time is not something you have. Be smart.
I'll figure it out. I promise. And then I will probably just like get up and I will I'll just head over like first thing. Cause
Felix?
I will, when it's safe to go out, when it's dark enough to go out, I'll arrange for my car. We're gonna stop by some sort of grocery store, supermarket, butcher shop on the way to the quill, where I can source some animal blood, because I don't know, like in game, I really don't know what our newest member of the coterie likes to do for feeding. But I'm just gonna see if they'll give me like a pint or something of blood from a butcher's shop or like the meat section of the grocery store before they close.
You do find a local butcher shop that is in the process of closing. The person there doesn't seem like they're an owner of any sort. It's just some kid doing a closing shift on a like Tuesday night. it's just, can I help you, sir?
Oh yeah. Uh, my parents are coming in from out of town, and they're well. My mom, she's from England, and they make blood sausage typically. She gave me a recipe, and I just wondered if you actually had any blood I could use, like any beef blood, like that I can get like a pint of, so I can make it at home, kind of the traditional way, if you know what I mean.
Um, I need you to make a, hmm, definitely a manipulation roll.
Yes.
I'm thinking charisma. I'm sorry, manipulation and persuasion.
Gladly.
Hey, storyteller, just for my own record, last time I asked you roughly like what's where we were in, and you said we are in October.
Yeah.
How close to Halloween are we?
Not. Beginning of the month.
Okay, good. Okay, cool.
I rolled probably the best I've ever rolled in this game. I mean, I had a high dice pool for this. I got 7 successes with a
Holy
crit
shit.
plus
Wow.
3 more.
Wow. God, you wasted it to get blood from me. You're such a sweetheart. Get me the sample platter.
Yeah, really, shit.
Yeah,
a
we
little
don't usually
poor.
sell that sort of thing here, but I can. Yeah, and it's easy to. Yeah, I'll go get some.
Sure, that'd be
He
great.
gets you a jar that's like many times sealed and contained.
Hmm.
He tells you the price, and it's a pretty easy transaction.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a few dollars short of a round number, I'll give them enough and tell them to keep it. Just like for the trouble. Like,
Oh,
I appreciate it. And then like, you don't have any straws to go with this. Like, I'm just messing with you, man. I'm just kidding.
No, but you have a
Nah,
good
that's
night,
fine.
sir.
Yeah, I appreciate it. And hey, if I do this right, and my mom thinks it's authentic, maybe I'll come back. We'll see what happens. But appreciate it. Have a good one, and
You too.
just be very pleasant. Go out the door, and then we're heading to the Quill with my slushy.
With your slushy.
Eleanor, your charge is awake. And you hear the state of your new charge, fledgling. A disgrace. You would not be this way if you were more fed, more clear of mind. Correct this.
Soon. I think I'm gonna go through the motions of checking on the shop, getting everything closed, talking to the girls.
Your employees were actually just talking about you in the mystery of you in a very flattering kind of way. I believe you had an employee named Moth.
Yes.
Who who does end up talking you up quite a bit. And you just go, "Oh, hey, boss. Sorry, we're just closing up. Be out of here in just a minute."
All right.
Oh, by the way, there's an issue with a customer earlier. I left a note about it on your desk.
Okay.
the
What
cash.
happened?
He was just wanting to replace, to make an exchange. I think he thought this place was a pawn shop. I know sometimes you do some exchanges with like certain items, but I'm also pretty sure it was literally a single peso.
Right. Okay. I'll
But
look into it.
he didn't take it very well. I just wanted to make you aware.
Okay. We'll keep an eye out for that one.
Enjoy night shift, boss.
Thank you, ladies. I always appreciate your help.
Yeah. They turn around the closed sign, closed, and they lock up and they're out of your hair. They were
My
here a little
girls.
later than normal. They were having a good sales day, it seems.
Not gonna complain about that.
This is around Donovan, Felix. You arrive at kind of a similar-ish time. Donovan, you had to kind of come from all over in order to get to where you are. Felix, you had your little
Yep.
stop at the butcher shop, and it just kind of measured out nicely. Eleanor kind of flips the close sign, and that's about the time your driver pulls up, Felix.
And then I'll just get out and say I'll let you know, which is sort of cue for make yourself scarce until you're called.
Your driver gives you a nod, and he speeds off.
And I think just if this is all right with you, sort of an interesting thing to deal with my my handicap with technology as Lasombra. I think what I would have done is having just enough tech savvy to try to figure it out. I probably would have commissioned someone to make me a pager that, like, if I hit it, it just sends a message to the driver, just sort of that just
I'd be
pings.
okay
It doesn't
with
have to
that.
say. It doesn't say anything. It doesn't have to. It can even be just the
Alert.
garbled nonsense. It's just sort of like, boop. That way, and even if I can't use it, I can always like toss it to Donovan and be like, "Hey, hit that real quick," and then or something.
Emergency
Because of
But-
beacon.
your youth, how young of a generation you are too, I will say that it still works as described.
Mhm.
So you
Yeah,
can
it doesn't-
use it.
So, and he's well paid enough to know that just means, like, okay, wherever I last saw him, that's where I'm going to go, unless given other instructions or something. So yeah, and then head in with my little very well wrapped sachet of Sauvignon, and then give Luna the little waves, even though I'm sure she not always the biggest fan of me, because I think isn't it canon that animals don't particularly like Lasombra? I can't remember if that's entirely true.
Animals don't like vampires, but this animal is Gould.
She's
Fair enough.
piece.
Fair enough.
Normally, animals recognize predator, stay away. This one, yeah. It's
She's a good little kitty. Okay.
like, no, you
then-
Feral
feed.
whispers.
My
Yeah.
fur baby. I love
And then just meet with everyone, and having survived my hunger check, kind of look at everyone else who, in my mind, it's just sort of imagine looking kind of hungover and just be like, "What's with all of you?"
I probably won't come down until I hear, like, because I'm in the part where it's not the shop,
Mhm.
and so I probably kind of linger in the upstairs area until I hear, like, people in the back, not wanting to
Well,
come down to an empty.
Eleanor probably would have come to check on you and tell
Okay.
everybody's
That-
here.
Okay, that would have been yeah. So you find me like on my laptop,
She
Um,
would check on you for sure.
Yeah.
Make sure she gets her shop closed down and then go and check on you.
Oh hi. Oh
Sorry
yeah.
to interrupt.
No.
How are
no,
you
you're
feeling?
fine. I guess the word is hungry. But I'm. I mean, it wasn't a dream, so I can't really say I'm doing well.
One step at a time. You got
Right.
some rest.
Yeah. I got sick last night or the night morning. What is it? The morning? I got
The evening?
yesterday evening.
Mhm.
Before but I made it to the bathroom, but I tried I if there's a mess that I missed in the dark, I apologize. I will clean it up
It's-
right away.
Don't
I
worry about it.
guess the
First
gum.
night, it's gonna be rough. It's an adjustment.
Mm.
Everybody should be
Oh.
arriving, so if you want to come down, we can
Oh right.
chat. if you're
Right.
feeling up to it. If you want to relax some more, that's fine too.
Normally, probably shouldn't be in my head right now. It's not a good place. Yeah, I'll come down. Do you have coffee? Oh, or mine, probably not.
If it makes you feel mentally a little better, I could stew some tea up for you.
If you don't mind, if that's not too much.
No, not at all. You're in the right place for tea,
Thank you.
even though I can't have any.
And I'll follow her down.
Donovan, I think canonically, actually, you while you and Felix arrived at a similar-ish time, you were the last to arrive. Did you mention?
That sounds correct.
Did you mention wanting feral whispers?
Yes, and I forgot that it is a rouse check, which I just made right now, and I succeeded.
You look over at Luna.
Luna! Yeah, that's about the welcome I expect. Well, I guess somebody doesn't want hello scritches then?
Her ears perk up.
Thought that might get your attention. Come here! And I kneel down.
Licking your neck. You feel the uncontrollable baking of bread in your shoulder.
Good. Yes, this is
Damn biscuit.
Exactly. I mean, hey, he's basically entering her domain. It is only fair that he pay an entry fee of some sort.
The scratch tax.
Kitten
Yeah.
tax.
Yeah.
Scritch tax.
Scritch tax. The scritch tax.
Scritch
Yeah.
See,
tax.
I call it with
Rules is
Vax, I
rules
call
and
it the
effects is
scritch toll.
effects.
I call it the
Scritch toll.
scritch toll.
The scritch toll.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So with everyone under one roof, what do you do?
Well, as soon as I see Lily, I just sort of check and see does she still have a Tammy Faye Baker thing going on, or is she like calm, cool, collected? Like seems a little trepidatious, but not quite like hysterical or anything like that.
Yeah, I would say it's too. Yeah, she looks a little bit. She now just looks more like a slightly skittish rabbit in an unfamiliar space, and not a I'm about to gnaw off my own leg to get out of here kind of situation.
Great. I will produce from behind me a very well wrapped in cellophane little thing and kind of slosh it so that you can hear liquid in there, and I'll be like, "Hi, I got you this if it would help. You see, well, come, we'll talk everybody. So, just making sure everyone is around again, so we can all do our, our group lesson, our group therapy session with Lily, and just
Hold hands, sing kumbaya.
yeah. So, I just sort of wanted to check how you're doing, and in case you get hungry again, I got this. It's not people, I promise. And just sort of place it like on a counter somewhere, and just sort of back away, and just be like, it should be beef blood. I got it from a butcher shop. I don't know if you're into that, because we all have sort of our own way. Donovan and I have a very similar way, but we have our, most people in our skin condition usually have different ways of enjoying and providing for ourselves the blood that we like to drink. So, some people don't like to victimize living people. Some people get a very big kick out of victimizing living people, and some people have volunteers who kind of get off on it. And that's not really my bag. I looked at Donovan and we both sort of share this sort of like, and just be like,
no, those
that's
guys creep me out. Ugh.
yeah. So just to be aware that it's possible that being closer into this realm, you might find pushers, but not for like coke or weed, but people who
Oh,
are on those who want you to have their blood, or it's a whole thing.
what?
But anyway,
Let's just say they like to party.
yeah. But I just, as ethically sourced as animal blood can be, I guess. But I don't know. I talked to the kid working down at the meat market, and he let me have some. So I don't. Maybe you can have it, or um, I don't know. And then
Th- Thank you. I didn't. So animal blood works. We can drink that.
it can.
It
Okay.
can sometimes be a little harder to come by because, as you've seen, animals don't really like us that much. But apparently, if you just. What the fuck did you say to get him to sell you blood?
Okay, this is great. So I made up this whole rap about my English mother makes blood sausage, right? But she makes it the authentic way at home in their kitchen. So you need beef blood for that, right? So I just made up some whole thing, and he bought it. He bought this line. It was great. So he says they don't
That's
normally
why.
do that, but I don't know. I think I made a pretty decent impression. I gave him a little bit of tip money too. So maybe in the future, if it goes well, we have a supply.
Oh, yeah.
I
That's
don't
a,
know how often they butcher,
That's
so it might not be
not bad.
nightly.
I, I mean, there is. I could look up a bunch of. There are a bunch of recipes that use blood. It's aren't very popular here in America, but I know there's like ox blood soup, or That was. Thank you, Felix. That was very. It's very
Well,
kind.
I mean, if you can find a way to make that work, that's great. I mean, I know the rest of us probably couldn't eat any of the shit that you'd have to put in it though to make it normally palatable. Um, yeah. So, and that's kind of the bitch of it. But I don't know. Did you were you able
Good
to?
cover story.
That's for sure. Were you able to keep that gum that you ate?
I tried relaxing and going to sleep, like you guys said, and then I got sick, and then I could go to sleep. So no.
Okay, so it's sort of, and just turning to Eleanor, it's like, so I guess it's sort of she has a little bit more sort of blush of life than we do, or something.
You could
Hmm.
try
Still doesn't
again
like it,
today, but I
Is
mean,
it
I mean,
because she's like literally brand new?
yeah, maybe I'm just new
Like-
and
The most fledgling of fledglings I've ever met.
it was
Yeah.
just a piece of gum, so maybe I know sometimes if I mean,
Now, storyteller, the other three of us are quite pale from lack of circulating blood. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Comparatively to Lily, who probably looks a little bit more flush.
She certainly passes more for human than the rest of you do. It's not that you guys don't, you just look a little more otherworldly. She does
Yeah.
not as much.
they
Especially
just look
for
a little
me.
sick. They just look like
Yeah, I
I
was gonna
need
say, we look a
more
little sick.
vitamins.
Got it.
I need more vitamins.
No little German
Yeah.
boy.
Especially Eleanor.
But I
She's got
feel
a red
so-
eye. She's
Oh
got
yeah,
a
you
red eye.
definitely do. But people
Yeah.
probably think that you're wearing
She wears
contacts for
contacts,
like a
yeah.
like a
That's the
You-
excuse she uses.
She's just a goth rape chick.
yeah
Yeah, I
Yeah.
cosplay.
yeah I
I handle
cosplay
it.
every
Yeah, I
day
LARP.
Yeah.
every day.
I'm just always
Oh,
playing a
I'm
hex girl.
LARPing.
Yeah.
Okay,
Girls was
so
my favorite.
That's
Fuck yeah, of
valid.
course it was. That's
I
yeah,
think
makes
probably even canon in game, you'd probably have a poster of the hex girls in the
Oh,
Raven's Quill somewhere.
absolutely. In
Yeah.
her
Canon.
bedroom.
signed by the voice actresses, and
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Obviously.
Take it back
Yeah.
now, y'all.
Anyway, Um,
Lily will take the jar and if Eleanor has like a kitchenette or something somewhere, go somewhere to
Eleanor
like,
will bring her a cup And a little
Okay.
cup of tea for her too, and be like, "Tell me how that goes for you."
Okay.
And while she's doing that, I'll sort of aside with Eleanor, just be like, so, other than feeling kind of ill, did she wake up? Did she cry out? Did she mention anything new or something that we don't have experience with or anything like that?
I didn't hear anything. I just, aside from what she told me that she got sick in the middle of the night, but other than that, nothing super out of the ordinary.
I really don't have any sort of good reading material in my place that's sort of based on our condition. Is there anything that we can research that we have here in the shop or have access to that we can find more about the whole what did they say that she was Zamitzi? Yeah.
Zamitzi? Oh, yes. I
Yeah.
can look that up. I can
Yeah.
find more knowledge on that.
Okay, because I'm not really familiar with what they can do or not. But she, I mean, obviously she didn't try to, she didn't try to like escape or anything. So I think, she's not like a flight risk, I guess. Okay.
At least not yet. I feel
Yeah.
like if we push her too far, she might. But
Yeah.
just
Well-
ease her into it.
Well, because just sort of looking over and then coming back to this conversation, be like, really worried that we're going to have to sort of talk her into allowing herself to be dead, like in the sense of contacts with people in the real world. I mean, I think she's got the greatest cover, though. I mean, this whole embrace event, the whole shooting or whatever, like it's the best kind of cover story, and I don't. I mean, she seems more alive than any of us really do, but it's like Donovan said, maybe it's because she's so new to all this. But I don't know if I'd be happy encouraging her to, try to take night classes and keep going. I don't know. It's going to be a hard conversation.
It's ultimately it's got to be up to her what she wants to do. Whatever
Yeah.
she decides, we'll have to help her do it in a way that's not a breach and puts her in danger.
Well, that's the next big question: is she still in danger from whomever was? Yeah.
Her sire. That's got me concerned too.
Did we find anything about this Klaus Everhart?
I'm gonna try and find as much info as I can, I think.
Okay. Should probably be our goal, because we know about as much as she does.
We gotta find out how dangerous her sire is too. Given that it's a Zamitzi and what I've heard, probably not gonna be great.
I mean, my only thought with something of this size is, if you want to have a mass embrace, it means you want to have a large number of people on your side for something. But what is that thing?
Yeah.
But at least in these sort of early stages, anyone else who may have been embraced is going through the same sort of rigmarole that she is right now. So at least I think we have a little time.
That's why I'm going to use this time to gather as much information as I possibly can.
Yeah. And sort of turn back. How's that?
Well,
How's that
while
Icy
mom and
doing it
dad
for
are
you?
having this conversation, while mom and dad are talking,
Yeah.
I sit on the couch next to Lily and I put Luna down, and I'm talking to Luna. I'm like, Luna, are you playing nice with our new friend? Then immediately turn to Lily. Is she playing nice? Is she being nice to you?
I haven't. She hasn't. And I just look down. She's been like a cat. And I'm taking
Good.
snips.
It tastes. It tastes.
Bland. Is what I would
It-
say. Very. It's
There's
bland.
the flavor.
Texture. It doesn't really bring you joy. You even feel the beast groan far back in your soul.
In that case, I down this sucker. And
That's the
Chug.
spirit.
Chug.
You can remove 1 hunger.
Thank you, sir.
Please,
Right,
sir was my father. Call me God.
Does she have like a blood mustache?
Yeah, that's like she like goes
Yeah,
to the
you
kitchenette
got
to.
a little.
Right.
Yeah.
Hanky for you. Like, here you go, dear.
Thank you. Thank you, Felix. And I look to Donovan. And I look at Luna. Are cats? Is it just dogs that are not okay with?
No, it's as far as I've experienced, it's pretty much all animals. They don't like us. Luna's a bit of a special case, though.
Has she been around long enough? Do they get used to us?
And I'm gonna look over at Eleanor.
Me and Felix are over here just
Just
Yeah.
They're just chit chatting.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, do I know that? I'm assuming I know Luna's. Okay, so
She would have to have to
'Cause-
be ghouled in order
yeah.
for
I mean, because I can do something similar, but it's not ghouling. It's not like making an animal a ghoul. But I have a power that can do something similar. Anyway,
Mhm.
well, I have access to a power. I personally do not have it. But it is within my repertoire, should I so choose. So I was wondering if you would have ever told Donovan that.
She probably would have been like,
Okay.
a ghoul. I can't be
Okay.
without my fur baby.
Okay, so how do I explain? Okay, Luna is what's called a ghoul.
like a ghost?
Through some weird blood magic shit that Doc can do. Luna is like bonded
Like a familiar.
to her. I think that's closer to it.
Oh. Okay. So can you make
So-
any animal a familiar? Or is it
I
like a
think
witch
that's-
thing? Is that rude to say?
I don't know.
I just look around at the shop.
Like, the witch thing I don't think is fine. I feel like she would take that as a compliment. But I don't know about if you can make any animal a ghoul, or if that's like a specific clan thing. Like,
And you say
I
clans
don't
are
know
like
for sure, but like I know I can talk to animals, so I might be able to do something. But I've never tried.
and the clans are like types of vampire?
Yeah, think like families, or like in terms of like you have different like breeds of dogs. Yeah, different clans of kinship.
Okay. Do you think Eleanor could? Is that something that maybe we could do with Ollie, my dog?
Maybe. I
just-
don't know what
I-
kind of powers a Zimitzi has. So, to be honest, I've never heard of Zimitzi until Doc pointed it out, and I was like, a what now? So I have no idea about your clan. I barely know about my own. So maybe,
Sorry, I'm
I'm also kind of new at this myself. I've only been dead for, I'm coming up on 5 years.
really,
So,
really.
yeah.
I guess when we met, you did say you knew what I was going through. I'm sorry. Is that
No.
is that because you said you didn't? You didn't choose to? I'm sorry.
Well, no, I mean, no one ever really does. But, yeah, so admittedly, I am probably not the best person to be asking. I know enough. I know enough to not break the masquerade, and I know enough to, know how some things work, and I at least, know enough to know vaguely what my powers are and what I can do. But I'm not too entrenched
Right.
in the life yet.
Sorry if I'm asked too many questions. And yeah, please tell me if
No,
it's like you.
like I said, I'm both the best and the worst person. I'm the best because I have the freshest memory of what happened to me, and being where you are with the 1.5 trillion questions and having no one to teach. I didn't have a group like this. I had one person teach me enough to not bring the Inquisition down on me, and then Sir Baron kind of took me in and started teaching me the ropes in between him and Doc. I kind of got it, but I had to learn as I went.
What's the Inquisition?
And that sucked a lot.
Yeah.
So, so I'm the best in that I have the freshest memory of what happened to me, but I'm also the worst because I have the freshest memory of what happened to me.
And I get it. I understand. I'm sorry. You mentioned the Inquisition. What is that? Is that another? That wasn't the group that
I
we?
literally just put this together yesterday. So if people find out that we exist, bad shit will happen. And apparently, a long time ago, there was an entire ass organization dedicated to hunting us down.
Like monster
that
hunters.
I guess. And they may or may not still be around.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So,
Okay, add that to
the masquerade, and because it keeps us
right.
safe too, away from them.
Right. No, that.
But I just put that together that they were called I had heard of the Inquisition, and I had heard of like the bad monster hunter people. I didn't realize they were the same thing.
Right. No, that like makes sense, and which is weird to say that any of this makes any sense, but
Right?
given what I've heard so far, that makes sense. And considering I didn't know any of this existed
Well, it's kind of the whole point. So
yeah, right. I'm gonna take my stuff to go and like wash it off in the kitchenette, and I tried a sip of tea and it just doesn't.
It doesn't hit right.
No, it doesn't taste. I'm a coffee person anyway, and I just go and I take care of my dishes.
Hey kiddo, how was your
was-
drink?
It was good. It did, it didn't really taste much like anything, but I
It's
think
impressive that you weren't immediately.
What was that?
It's impressive that it didn't immediately make you disgusted.
I mean,
Yep.
it wasn't the best. Honestly, I think it would have if my taste buds were right. They've been feeling very off the last since everything, I guess, is the best way I could describe it. Like, so I think that actually worked in my favor. And I think whatever that thing is in me didn't care for it. So, I mean, I think that's a good thing then.
Ah. Already trying to fight against it. Good for you.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
that's
no,
a
that
battle for the rest of your own life.
Yeah, that's the eternal struggle.
I mean, I already felt that with, you battling your inner demons every day, but now it's
A little more tangible.
Yeah.
exactly. They never talked back to me.
A lot more vocal. Yeah.
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 Well, I mean,
Although mine's about the same. About
I since we're sort of together now as a crew, a coterie, as they like to say in their fanciness. Um, I
fancy ass.
I mean, I think it's fair to say that we know that we're looking out for each other and for you and for what you're going through. So, you know, I think as a principle, we can all agree that we don't want that thing to win. That is sort of we can all share that together. And so just know that you're not alone in that, and that um, those who do lose themselves completely and they turn into the very monsters you thought you were before, I guess, 48 hours ago. But I think we have some questions that we need to try to find answers to, that sort of assembly gave us, right? We unearthed with Eleanor's magic here. We unearthed the questions about who your sire is, who embraced you, who brought you into this sort of life after death, as it were. But we have a name, we have a clan of whom which you belong. So we have ideas. So don't worry. We'll kind of sort it all through and we'll get it all going.
I need
I'll
to.
do my best to find out as much information as I can to help.
Yeah,
Thank-
and if we
thank
need to
you.
go somewhere, if there's any places, resources we need, I'll be more than happy to fork them over.
I need to. I checked. I didn't miss any classes because they canceled classes, luckily. But I need to. I don't know. I don't know where. I don't have my phone and I don't have my wallet and I. What day is it again? Is it
It
Tuesday?
is
Tuesday.
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 Um,
Oh gosh, I missed
it's all
Sunday
right.
dinner.
Well, yeah, go ahead and I'm sort of just point her to the couch again if she's not already sitting, and just sort of sit her, just sort of like, and kind of sit next to her and just be like, don't make any decisions yet, but this may be a good time to think in the back of your mind about how you want to sort of handle your worldly affairs as it is. The kind of looked to Eleanor like, I know I really shouldn't have this conversation with her right now, but like the dad in me wants to help her out. Kind of just, like just be like, listen, a lot of people lost their lives that night, and those who are at least alive-ish are similarly in your position. We imagine as such. We don't have any intel if anyone made it out clean at all. So I think it's fair to assume for now that anyone who is walking around still has probably been embraced. And with the cover that the world is now using for what happened, it may be safe for you to let them assume that you died in the event and to allow that process to continue without your intervention. So, like I said, just think about it. There are ways that we can all commingle. Like we said, we ran into people that you recognized even at the Twilight Assembly. So it's not unreasonable. Like, we all have jobs and lives outside too. We're not complete shut-ins. We're not invalids, but we have to make some sacrifices. I've never told even them this, but I think they know that Felix is not my true name, but sort of one I adopted. Like a lot of us do. I'm sort of known as a known corpse. When I died, I let myself die, if you know what I mean. I needed to start over. There's only so many years you can stay this good looking and this young before people start asking questions. So, I've even started to consider making plans to live outside of Salem eventually, because people will start to notice. And, it could be easier for you to go down the path that you are currently trotting if you allow the door behind you to close. If that is what you want. We will support any action that you choose, but just know that Lily may need to die. And the Lily that you are now can keep going. Doesn't mean that you have to sever all ties with everybody, but it could well mean that exactly. So just be aware of that.
Also, given the circumstances, you have plenty of time to decide. Don't worry about timelines and stuff like that.
My grandparents haven't heard from me since.
I know. That's kind of the point. You need to take your time to adjust and level your head out before you either decide to end the life you were living and start again, or carry on, but you have to carry on in a way that doesn't breach the Masquerade. So it's going to be difficult, and there's going to be a lot of changes that need to be made regardless. So for now, just focus on you. Don't worry about the outside world.
I can't leave my grandparents. I've never lived anywhere besides Salem. I don't know what I would have to leave if that was the case. I don't.
One step at a time. First things first. Deal with the situation we're currently in. For now, until you decide, do not try to contact anybody. I know this is going to be a little bit harsh, but this is what needs to happen until you make a final decision on how you're going to handle this. Okay?
Oh, I'm just supposed to stay here until
we're more comfortable with this.
And I know it's a little bit morbid, but they technically didn't recover your body, so you are currently missing at best. So if you decide to come back to the world that you once were part of, you already have a good cover. Good start, at least. You can say that you were spirited away by someone. We can figure that out. Or if you choose to let it end in that moment and stay sort of missing, you'll have friends, at least. It's kind of a better deal than some of us got going in. So just like I said, we'll deal with the problems that we have right now, but those will eventually come down the horizon.
First things first, you need to be more well adjusted to everything. Kind of get a rhythm going, get used to this.
Okay. Oh. Okay. She's been on the verge of tears this whole time. Her eyes are a little bloodshot, so to speak.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Eleanor has handkerchiefs for days.
What do I do? I can't. I mean, I don't.
Well,
I don't.
I think first and foremost, you hang out with Donovan and Luna here, and y'all make some plans. Just because you're dead doesn't mean you can't enjoy Netflix, or you know, find something fun to sort of turn your brain off with. And then I think,
I'm pretty sure I have some board games around here.
there you go. Or you could do each other's fortunes. I bet you got some tarot cards. There's no way she doesn't have tarot cards.
Of course I have tarot. Who are you talking to?
Yeah, of course.
Offended.
But like,
Who do
really,
you think I am?
the ones in the front of the shop are probably chintzy, right? And then the ones you have back here are like inked in the blood of mortals and shit from like the 1500s. But anyway, I would just say, let's keep you distracted and calm, and
What are you?
try to remind you that we still live in a way. We're still, like I said yesterday, it's a bitch. I still have to pay taxes.
Right? I'm dead and I still have to pay taxes.
I know, right?
Stupid.
But, Eleanor and I are going to try to find out some information, or at least where we can find some if we can't find it here. And then we'll go from there.
Can you? If I can't, I mean, I have my laptop, but I don't have my phone. If you find any, I just want to.
Well,
My grandparents are.
we can try to find you a way to get your phone, but we can also, I know between my wallet and Donovan's willingness to, help out and get around town pretty quick, I'm sure we can get you a burner real quick if you just need something.
I want to know if they've been contacting me or I mean, I have a.
I don't know if that would be a good idea for you right now.
My whole life is on that thing almost
I know.
That's exactly
Think of this
why.
as disconnecting, because this is going to be an entire lifestyle change.
Yeah. I mean, I grew up in the 90s. I kind of remember doing it before, cell phones
I didn't
anyway.
have it. When I
God, you're
was
so
growing up.
old.
I know. I'm already falling apart before I became immortal. It's kind of crazy, but I mean, we can get you somewhere. Donovan, do you have games on your phone?
Probably.
Well, if she doesn't like that, it's like I'm sure she's got Scrabble. I know she's got what's that game? Mousetrap in there somewhere, I think.
Hold on. Ow, Silas is having. Oh, okay. Center.
Are you
Yeah.
going? Are you going to? Are you going to find out what happened?
Yes.
That's the plan.
I'm going to try and find as much as I possibly can. And I will share with you what I learn as I learn it.
I know I mentioned this yesterday. Obviously not tonight. Um. Or it can be tonight. The night is young. If you guys hit a dead end, or I don't know. Do we want me to contact my insider with Salem PD?
I mean, if you could do it cleanly, it wouldn't hurt. If you can do it without arousing any more suspicion, or
We have a code, and
okay,
I can. Like I said, it could be tonight, but if you guys are gonna go play detective, I would rather wait until tomorrow.
Yeah, we can do that.
yeah,
Okay, tell you what, you two go play detectives. Come back, tell me what you find, and that will give me a better starting place for if I need to contact my contact.
For now,
fair enough.
Luna
The
and
DM.
Donnie are gonna keep Lily company.
DM. Did Mason give me his number when he invited me to the party? If you find my phone, the guy who invited me to the park, he gave me his number.
Okay.
Um,
Be a good place to start.
yeah. Let's and then I'll sort of out of role play probably get like make and model, like what color it is, so we
Yeah,
can
I give
can
you
be on
give
be
you the
on the lookout.
information. Give you information about my wallet. If they ask for
And
the
give all that to
ID.
Donovan
Yeah.
too. So if we can't find it, we can submit that to maybe any police records and see if it's
I
in
feel
an
like-
evidence lockup somewhere, something like that, in case we can't get it.
I write my full name and my phone number my phone number, my full name, and then my date of birth and stuff, like to whoever, just like give it to you guys. So say Lillian Louise Harper, freshly
Oh my
21.
God.
Freshly 20. Oh.
21, yeah,
Oh.
freshly.
Hey, me too.
Yeah.
Well, when I was embraced, not anymore.
Yeah, her birthday's in April. So,
All right. Well,
Focus.
well, if you need anything, you can let us know, and we'll be around.
thank you. I know. Thank you.
Mhm.
All right, dear. Let's go
Time
paint
to
the
do
town
some
red.
research.
Yeah.
Time to hit the books.
Ooh.
Yep. Book montage. Studying, turning pages, licking
What-
fingers.
When they
Oh, yeah.
leave, you see Donovan see Lily is like she she's like on the verge of asking you something, but you tell she's kind of hesitant.
What's up?
Are they dating? Are they?
You know what? I can't blame you because I thought the same thing too. No.
Oh, okay. Okay, sorry. It was
That's
rude. They
not-
just
No, I get it. I 100% thought the same thing. That's not really a thing with us.
dating, or
I don't know if I should be getting into this already. but
you don't have to. You don't have
You see,
to.
when two
It's
vampires love each other
It's
very much.
I'll say, look, it's
Donovan giving the fucking.
it's complicated, is all I'll say. On the
birds
one
and the
part,
bats.
because
the birds and the bats.
Yeah.
in the one part, because inherently, kindred we're monsters, so we can't really trust each other. So that's a big part of it, and I know it's complicated. Let's leave it at that.
Do you trust them?
as much as any of us can or should be trusted.
Okay.
Good answer.
Um. mm. Lily just kind of looks very like she's a little lost, and then she looks around at the back room, and I assume the back room is filled with just as much, if not weirder shit than the front.
It's definitely weirder because
wanna
it's
check out the weird
blood
shit?
sorcery
it's a weird.
shit.
Yeah, and she's
Take her to
just
the
looking-
basement. Meet
There is
Seymour.
a
Or
Oh God!
Aubrey.
No, yeah, she's just sitting in the chair
You wanna check
next
out
to
the weird shit?
Donovan. And I've seen Eleanor's left and stuff. I would never allow anywhere near any of this if my grandmother were to see this.
That's not what I asked you. I asked if you wanted to see the weird shit.
I don't know if I can take any more weird.
Okay, but this is cool weird shit. This is spooky goth weird shit, not my entire life has been turned upside down weird shit.
Okay.
Let's go!
Oh.
take her to the basement.
I'm not
Oh,
taking
God.
I don't think I'm. No, I won't take her to the basement. I'm just gonna show her like the back room.
Pump the brake,
and, like,
kid.
No.
In the back
Adventure.
rooms, it's filled with just a collection of occultic bits and bobs. There are herbs drying on the walls. There's this enormous cauldron in the center with some strange markings on the floor that you don't quite understand and don't think that you want to. A bunch of different storage
Oh my.
vials. Something looks mysteriously like blood. Oh, and a mirror. It's just a mirror, probably.
I think this is where Doc does all her weird magic shit. That's cool, right?
It's something. It's something.
Clutches cross.
Yeah. No. Yeah. No. Clutches pearls. It's something. Again, I knew this kind of stuff existed, but knowing truly that it actually does magic and blood magic and heaven above.
Not all of it's weird. I mean, look, the entire reason, like, Doc and I have the whole way our thing got set up is she kind of maybe patched me up after I did some really stupid shit.
Sorry. I heard.
Oh, you're good.
Oh, you got hurt, and so I guess we can't get.
Okay. Typically, we heal pretty quick, and not too much scarring involved. There are some things that are exceptions.
Like, obviously crosses aren't a thing, otherwise I feel like I should be hurting.
Like fire, for one.
Okay.
Fire.
Okay.
Well, fire does eventually heal. It just takes a very long time.
Sunlight, that's...
Oh, sun is an instant killer.
Okay.
Well, supposedly there are some that can do it, but I don't know. That's some stuff I don't know about, or I don't know. That's out of my knowledge range. Another, I learned the hard way. Werewolves. Werewolves can put quite a hurting on us.
They were mentioned before, so yeah, werewolves are real, vampires are real, or
Just
ghosts
stay out of the
real.
national park and you're good. Just stay out of the national park and you're
There are werewolves in the park. Like the park. Right.
Yeah, there's
And
he
remember
just
how I
kinda,
said
like,
I didn't
raises-
know? Oh, you remember when I said I didn't know if I could take much weird?
Come on, let's go back out and we'll hang out with Luna. But yeah, I've got a pretty nasty scar, and he kind of traces like down his shirt from like the middle of his chest, like down to like kind of curves off down to just below his like where his belly button would be. I've got a pretty nice gash.
Were
right
you
down.
just out there, or did you pick a fight, or? Sorry if
Even
it's
when
too
I was
personal.
alive, no. Even see here, even when I was alive, my mouth got me in trouble. And that seems to be a trait that didn't go away when I died. I ran into some, didn't know they were werewolves, might have gotten smart with them, and they didn't take too kindly to that.
Do werewolves look more like Twilight werewolves, like big wolves, or more like wolf men, like werewolves?
I don't know if this is like all of them, but they looked more like what you'd probably think of first for werewolves.
Like a man.
Yeah, at least the pack I ran into did.
The pack.
Yeah.
Okay. Eleanor said she had Scrabble.
Yeah, let's go play some games.
Okay.
Where are you two off to?
So first, if I can't find the in my own shop,
You can find the what?
if I can't find the knowledge in my own shop, I imagine Eleanor would know where to obtain said knowledge on Kindred Society.
You're looking specifically for information on the Zemitzi.
Yeah.
So I'll allow you a roll for this one. You can go ahead and roll intelligence and academics for this.
Could I argue occults? No, probably not.
No, occult is going to be more for magical knowledge. You're looking for like history.
Okay, so
And you can take a
intelligence-
bonus die on this one because of your upbringing. You actually would have been schooled on this history.
Yeah. What was it? Intelligence academics?
Yes.
What's one?
Ooh, okay. Oh. Delightful. 4.
Yeah.
Many years ago, back in the Dark Ages, was the golden age for the Zemitzi, who were lords over their own lands. They were powerful sorcerers who did not actually utilize the blood, some of them. They sought to ascend past vampirehood as a temporary condition. They were known for their horrific experiments on people and animals and anything with flesh. The Tremere killed almost all of them. They tortured them with their blood magic. They went to war against their abominations, and they largely won.
Right.
Old Zemitzi, an old Tremere, and still many modern Tremere still hold good grudges against each other.
Right.
But that is kind of the extent of your knowledge base from what you were taught and what you were able to kind of cobble together in your home.
Okay.
You do know that Zemitzi technically hold the potential for blood magic, as they are also powerful sorcerers. They just also had the potential for something else.
Interesting. Oh boy. I have a feeling she might not like this knowledge.
Facts don't care about your feelings.
Yeah.
No.
She's probably not gonna like that.
Okay. Would we know offhand if there's like an occult section of a library, or like a section that is known to our kind as being like actually what seems to be just sort of a fun book on the occult in the New York Public Library, but it's actually kind of true, that we could go look up
A
anything of the
lot of
sort?
information is largely kept sealed by the Twilight Assembly. Anything that can be potentially terrible for Kindred. But you are being both on the slightly older side and are somewhat aware of the general people in Salem that are in power. You could, if this is the path you wanted to go down, seek a second opinion.
Okay.
I think that might be wise.
Yeah, and I think would I know who to go to specifically, given my setup?
It depends. So there's a lot of. It depends on the information you're trying to go for. Are you looking Are you looking for historical information on Clan Zemitzi? Are you trying to look for information on the case that you are currently on? What are you going
I
for?
I think we could split it up a bit, because I specifically want to look for if you want to keep Eleanor on sort of the occult side of things and try to look up more Zemitzi related things. I specifically want to know histories, if any, recorded by Kindred of other mass embrace events, in terms of what their outcomes were, and if they were like tide turning. Like, I'm I assume that she sort of shared her information with me, and that makes me spark in my mind like, okay, is this a mirror of some historical event where, say, the Zemitzi mass embraced a bunch of people to add to their ranks so that they could potentially try to bat down their Tremere enemies, or anything of the sort? I want to know
I
about
will
that.
tie that information into what Eleanor has already discovered. In Zemitzi didn't really conduct mass embraces, they conducted mass ghoulings. There are still families to this day uh, that are ghouled by Clan Zemitzi, so loyal. Um, that was part of their downfall, was that they used their ghouls as meat shields, and the Tremere developed countermeasures and gargoyles.
Hmm.
Um, as far as a history of mass embraces go, the closest you can find with the knowledge at your disposal is kind of evidence used by the Sabbat, or the Black Hand, a different, put very simply, a different sect of kindred separate from the Anarchs and the Camarilla, who kind of want to go back to the Dark Ages, who want to live openly as vampires and command the lesser human species. But even then, something like this, there isn't really precedent for it. Such a large undertaking by so many kinds of clans is unheard of.
Well, that's
Sorry.
good information. Oh, I was going to say, do we know for a fact that other clans outside of Zemitzi were part of the mass embrace? Like, have we, if I try to find any contacts, like if I try to get in touch with Lena Ross again or anything, like, do we have other, like, quote unquote survivors who have been found by the Twilight Assembly, who have been identified as other clans of kindred?
So, during at the Twilight Assembly, and I'll give this to you because there was a lot that happened. At the Twilight Assembly, they did say that all of the people that were turned were from 5 of the great clans that are present in Salem.
Yeah.
That was, I have a list so I don't forget, but I'm pretty sure I remember. Gangrel, Nosferatu, Ventru, Toreador, and Malkavian. Wow, I remembered all of them.
Ooh.
Okay.
One Zamitzi is weird.
One Zimitzi is very weird.
Okay. So there was something I wanted to look up, and that was the name I got. Klaus Eberhardt.
Mm-hmm.
That is something I wanted to try and find info on.
In your stores of intellect, you will not find Klaus Eberhardt.
Mm-hmm. I know I'll probably have to go to an outside source for that,
Mm-hmm.
but I imagine I would know where to start for that.
It is a little hard to say because as far as historians go, there are a couple in Salem. But they are usually local. Like local history, not outside.
Right.
But if that is in fact the route you want to go down, I'm gonna say that you know of there's 2 potentials. Actually, there's 3 potentials.
Oh boy.
None of them great.
Oh boy.
So, there is, from District 11, Nathaniel Hart. I'll give you a Spark Notes because you would generally know these people.
Okay.
Nathaniel Hart was a historian in life, but his thing was architecture. So, probably not. You also have, sorry, I scrolled past his name. There's a lot of representatives in this town. You also have Marcus Gray. He is of Clan Gangrel. He's a little older, of like Generation 11, and he's known for his ability to gather information.
Right.
He is of Baron Curio's domain, who was the leather jacket Baron that you met the other night.
Right.
And finally, one that you've never met, Baron Melchior Weisse, who was not in attendance at the meeting. He is kind of a Cheshire sort of figure in that he knows things but gives very little.
Right.
And also calling up a baron won't be simple.
No. So the best option would probably be, what was his name? The Gangrel?
Marcus.
Marcus?
Representative Marcus Gray.
Alright. Probably try to contact that individual.
How would you try?
Probably in person, I guess.
Yeah, I can call my driver and we can just go to where we know that they might be. I mean, at least it's not past his bedtime.
And let me double check too. This is why I have the maps. In the district where Rudensa Park lies is District 3. That is Representative Iris Moon, who you will have known from the previous night. At the northern tip of that same borough is Marcus's territory. He's kind of known for being in league with the disenfranchised, kind of like Salem underbelly. He's got an ear on his pulse. So that could be a place to start. As someone who likes to gather information, you could also try Rudensa Park. It's a little hard to say.
Okay, let me see. Do I have... I think we'll try to go there.
Go where?
Yeah.
To the first place you mentioned.
Oh, to his actual domain in the northern part of Lowview.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Just go right to the lion's den.
Sorry, Salem Heights is where you're going, not Lowview.
Got
Ooh,
it.
and you're going into Coventry. Coventry is not a good place. It is known for its extra seediness and is a rather dangerous part of town. Fair warning.
Okay. Well, let's just make sure that we're careful and
Keep me around plants.
okay, we'll do. Like as we're sort of riding out that way, sort of like reach to the back seat and pull out my my cane with a sword that's in it. Just kind of have it with me. And then as we're sort of riding, just sort of looking out the window, just kind of turn to her and be like, "They'd kind of make a cute couple, wouldn't they? They're both young. Isn't that funny?"
Babies.
I mean, it's so funny. Donovan is like so in one direction, and then Lily's so in the other. Yeah, that's kind of silly.
Yeah.
It's yeah,
Opposites attract thing.
yeah. Like, I mean, I when things calm down, I'm gonna bet you, I'll bet you $20 that she asked for a ride on his bike.
Oh, she probably will.
Yeah.
He has a weird charm with that.
Yeah. I mean, hey, if it works.
Yep. I'm choking.
Would you believe that
Oh, there's a
"but" is
spider.
only a 1-point word in Scrabble?
Only 1 point? That's unfortunate.
One T or 2 T's?
2 T's. But if you want to go butte, you get 4.
Bullshit. Wow.
Damn.
Am I
Scrabble's
making
so
all this
fucking
up
dumb.
on
I
the
hate-
spot? That's a good
I
question.
hate Scrabble.
Put an R on the triple word score
could
and spell
be.
butter.
Honestly, you could be. Scrabble scoring system is dumb.
Is kind of ridiculous, but Lily's had plenty of practice because of her grandparents. A lot of Scrabble, a lot of Yahtzee.
Lily is a Scrabble fiend, Donovan. She knows so
Lily
many more words
is
than
kicking
you.
Donovan. Yeah, Lily is kicking Donovan's ass.
Is it a good evening back at the ranch?
I think it's going all right.
It's probably going okay. It's awkward,
Donovan's
you
probably being a
know.
little bit of a sore loser. He's not like flipping the damn thing, but he's just like grumbling to himself. Stupid scoring system.
You can pick the next game. Sorry, this is just one that I
No,
play a
you
lot
said
of.
no, you wanted to play this. I'm being stupid.
No, I
which is
probably
nothing new once you get to know me.
Honestly, we should probably pick something else because this is just reminding me of my grandma. So
Yeah. What else does Doc have?
I imagine I have a
we could-
couple of things.
Yeah.
Not just
I
old
was
lady
like, we could
games.
play another game. We
Yeah.
could watch a movie.
Are we feeling slutty for some parcheesi?
I mean, if Lily's gonna be slutty with anything, it will be Parcheesi.
Parcheesi.
Oh my god.
um,
Yeah.
No, there will
we
never
could
be the
find
horror
another game to
allegations.
play. Never. We could watch a movie. We can't really go anywhere because I only have my bike and I don't have a helmet for you. So
Also, I'm pretty sure Eleanor would have told you to stay put.
also probably that.
they kind of, but I feel like I've been not quite grounded, but kind of grounded in a way.
Is it safe to say that you would be on your laptop at some point during this exchange?
Yes, I probably have it out plugged in on like one of the tables so I can kind of like, it's my one thing that, and then my bag. I like, Donna would see I have like my like a messenger bag that I would have brought down with me. That's
Yeah.
While you're just kind of scrolling, you can't really escape notifications from your school portal. You notice.
Yeah, Donna would see I definitely can't help, but I'm not typing anything, but I'm definitely I'm not checked out.
You okay over there?
Yeah, I'm not messaging anyone, but I need to know what's going on.
That's fair.
And Lily, there is a notification from campus police. They are working with the nearby precincts of Salem to kind of gather all of the lost items found at the Rudenza massacre.
Oh,
One of the participating precincts is actually a block away. A couple blocks away.
Hey, Donovan, I know they said I need to stay put, but
You want to
they
go
said
see if
I kind of show him the thing. Yeah. I know that's not if I am supposed to be. I don't know if I could. If I do decide, can't even think of it. I can't. Then again, I don't know if I can. I don't want to do anything. Felix and Eleanor and risked a lot to get me here. So I don't know if there's a way. I don't know if they would give you my stuff. I don't know, maybe if you said I don't know.
The problem is, I could go in there and say, oh, I was a friend, or like, oh, she's my cousin, or whatever. The problem is, we don't look enough alike that I could claim to be like an immediate family member.
I mean,
but
unless anyone who actually knew me was there,
I have a way I can get it back.
I don't want to put you out. You've already.
If you're willing to wait, I can probably get it back.
I can.
If you're willing to wait one more night, like, or at least till Doc and FedEx get back, I might have a way to get it back.
Maybe when they get back, I can ask them. It's not that far from here. If we can find some way. I mean, Felix was able to talk Father. Maybe they can figure some way to get my things back.
He is very persuasive. Or very charismatic.
Why do you call him FedEx?
Felix Devereaux.
Oh,
FedEx. Flex.
okay.
I'd
No,
call him that or Gramps, because he's like super old.
he doesn't. I guess he doesn't look old, but
And none of us do, but
Eleanor's
yeah,
old.
I call him FedEx because of his name, Felix Devereaux. Or I call him Gramps, super old, and then I call Eleanor, I call her Doc because she patched me up.
she fixed you up. That makes sense.
I'm working on a nickname for you. I don't got one yet. I need to know more about like what you do, what your thing is.
What I do.
Hobbies, like, you know, what your thing is.
Okay.
Well, like, what is something you did when you were alive? Were you band geek? Were you drama club?
No. I wasn't really, I didn't really do many club activities. I did a lot of stuff with the church. I did a lot of volunteer work. I did some stuff at the animal shelter. I did some stuff I didn't do much school club activities. Didn't really fit in.
I'm working on it.
Okay.
You're gonna get one though. Everybody gets a nickname. I'm working on it.
Okay. I haven't had. I will be interested to see what you come up. I haven't had many good nicknames.
Good nick.
None that.
What does that mean?
I mean, besides what my grandma would call me, like nothing.
Oh, yeah. No, family nicknames don't really count. Because family and.
Yeah.
Well, what sort of nicknames have you had in the past? Now I'm interested.
I mean.
Ooh, that's a face. That's not a subject I should touch.
I mean, it's high school.
I don't gotta.
It's not good ones. Not good ones. But that
Fair enough.
high school drama stuff
No.
And unfortunately, when you go to the local college, a lot of your classmates kind of go with you, so you don't really get to. Part of me really wishes I had gone to an out-of-state school just to, start fresh.
Get it.
And now here I am not wanting to start fresh. That's the last thing I want to do.
I was about to say, I was like, well, I mean, you had a perfect opportunity here right now, but to start fresh, I mean, not to flee the state. Probably not do that.
I don't know how I could start fresh without doing that, at least. My whole life is here. I've never been anywhere but Salem.
You've spent your entire life here. You've never lived anywhere else. Yeah, that's I do not envy this choice you gotta make.
Are you from here?
No. I'm from not exactly Chicago, but pretty close.
Oh. You really started fresh.
I didn't really have a choice.
Right, sorry.
I guess I did. I just kind of panicked.
Well, if it's this is a really I'm glad you ended up here because, well,
Yeah, it all seemed to work out so far.
selfishly,
Oh, that's fair.
I would. I'll wait until Eleanor and Felix get back to talk to them about, because I
would.
I mean, if we're gonna figure out the truth of what happened, why it happened, why those people had to die, why I had it. I mean, I don't know if he had anything to do with it, but the person I found out about the party from is probably a good.
Who knows?
I
Could
kind
go
of
either
also.
way. Could be an absolutely innocent mortal who had no idea anything was going on and was just like, "Hey, party, spread the word." Fuck yeah. Typical college kid. And there is a non-zero chance he could have been working for somebody who was pulling the string.
At least it'd be nice to know
Who
if he's
knows?
okay. It really stinks not being able to really find out. I can only. Web browsers only do so much. They're so clunky. Why does Instagram have such a clunky web browser?
I don't know. I have no idea.
The drive to Coventry is not pleasant. It's kind of the opposite, if I'm totally honest. It's like, driving onto the most expensive neighborhood in reverse. Everything is broken down. There's dives within dives. Your best guess as to Marcus's whereabouts would be a bar that he frequents, called the Jilted Lover. But you arrive on the outside, and this place has seen better days. There is like a neon sign that half works, that ultimately just says the Jitver. A lot of destroyed lemons and loud party music coming from within. Welcome to Coventry.
Right.
The driver even
Well,
seems a little hesitant to let you out of the car.
yeah, maybe just circle the block a few times if you can. Just keep moving.
Sir.
You can't pull the tires off if you're not parked.
Sir.
All right. I'll go first, and then I'll hop out the car and just make sure that no one's going to come and do anything crazy, and then I'll let Eleanor out, and then I'll try to lead just to take any advances from anyone first if anyone does.
While it seems like there aren't a lot of people that are super invested in you, there are some unscrupulous characters kind of walking towards you, give you like a weird look, like, what is he doing here? But ultimately just pass you by.
Right. We're going to go into the Jilted Lover.
So that's how we got here in the first place. You the bar itself is blasting. This, maybe at one time it was good, but this very just loud, generic club music. You'll find some crowd pleasers in there. The place is not packed. You see pool tables, you see maybe a combined total of like 20 people in the entire place, but the people that are there are partying. There's like this makeshift dance floor made out like towards the back, middle. There is this bar that is falling to pieces and is held up by basically what amounts to plywood, hopes, and dreams. A few stools that you would rather not touch, and a number of even stranger-looking characters in the back. You see...
So I don't stick out too much.
No, you don't. Like, you do in that you're definitely fancier than these people.
I mean,
But-
Eleanor is pretty, but...
But you are a vision in goth. The two of you.
Oh yeah.
You do see a figure that is a little more noticeable that you kind of remember from the Twilight Assembly. A darker skinned individual with this feather pinned into his right ear, with very curly hair. Just
Make
yucking it up.
an
with the
approach.
opals.
Make an approach.
The man slams the glass down onto the bar, and you're a little half worried that he just broke the fucking bar.
Mhm.
You see he just won a chugging contest with one of the other patrons, who promptly fell face first onto the bar. Marcus cheers and puts his glass back down and notices the lot of you approaching as he takes one drink of a red-looking liquid in a cup. He's surprised. Hey, I know you.
We meet again.
You were the crazy people the other night.
Oh, yeah.
Guilty as charged.
Well, hey, you're in the right place for that. What brings you all down to my neck of the woods?
Is there somewhere quieter where we can have a conversation?
What?
Is there somewhere quieter we could have a conversation?
Yeah, around. The bartender orders like another round of drinks, and Marcus shoves them into your general direction.
I'll, accept the drink and be...
What am I looking at here?
Thank you.
It is a brown. That's all I can
Like-
give you. It's a. It is made to get you to a location. It's gonna
Yeah.
get you to Immortal. It's gonna get Immortal to where you need to go fast.
Hmm.
Don't worry about what's in it.
I'm not gonna... I will not be drinking it, but for appearances and to be polite.
He takes a seat at the bar and he just like motions for you to like come over. He is not worried, it seems, of anyone else overhearing this conversation.
I guess it
Well,
would be fine.
yeah, I guess we'll approach, and then as I'm walking over, if there's anyone sort of I pass on a table or anything, I'll just sort of, well, it's not looking, just dump whatever's in my glass into theirs, and just be like, have a nice night.
Oh, sure. And he like falls over like the glass and almost like pushes it off the bar and passes back out
Eleanor
inside
would
the glass.
probably slide hers to somebody else who has a drink and just kind of like, there you go, have that.
Thank you. She slides it
Right.
over.
Well, Mr. Gray, are we in friendly company here to talk business?
Ugh. Yeah, you can talk all you need, and this is my place. You're safe here.
So everyone in here is...
Oh, no. They're
Okay.
just come here, love. And he reaches over to this girl and he just in full view bites into her neck.
Ah, okay.
Right. Understood.
Mm.
Well,
And just kind of pushes her off.
we're looking for someone. I don't know if you remember the name that was given at the Twilight Assembly, but we're looking for a Klaus Eberhardt or anyone who may know this person.
You
And
haven't
we
arrested
hear that
Salem.
well, I am curious to know if you know of any family names of that person. Like, is this the first Eberhardt you've ever heard of? Or is there some sort of tie to the old world, new world, the underworld, the above world? I don't care.
You aren't the first to ask me about Klaus Eberhardt.
Who was the other?
I keep my clients confidential.
Fair
But
enough.
I haven't delivered yet. You're
Hmm.
wanting a boon.
We'll say yes, fair enough.
And why should I give a boon to you over my other client?
Well,
Actually, I won't be secretive. It was one of Corain's men. The Baron's trying to get one over on you.
well, we
Not
were tasked to specifically find this person. It is sort of our duty to the rest of our people. If that means anything to anyone anymore, I know we're all sort of at each other's throats in more ways than one at different times. But
If I may, a
please,
boon from a Tremere might be helpful for you, yes?
What can you do?
Well, you saw one thing I could do at the assembly. I can gather lots of information very easily in various more rural areas. Plants are kind of my thing.
Eleanor,
Yeah.
please make a manipulation
Oh god.
and I'm gonna say streetwise with a bonus die. You know what? First, I will give you persuasion or streetwise. You can choose. I'll give you a bonus die because Felix is backing you up.
Wait, manipulation or... Oh, there it is. Out of curiosity, would this be an appropriate dice pool to also add my advantage?
Oh,
One
do
of
you have
my-
a specialty?
I have a beautiful merit.
Oh. It
Bat
Yeah,
those
she had-
eyelashes.
um
Show that neck. Bat those eyelashes. Make it sweat.
You know what? Yeah. Flash them titties.
Adjust that, you know. You sit on the bar in a way where, you know, your arms tucked under and you got the cleavage out.
yeah, roll the dice, roll the girls.
They're natural.
Ooh, okay.
Silence.
3.
That reminds me. My mom sent me a TikTok today.
Oh, your mom's on
sorry.
TikTok?
Bring it back. That is how many successes?
3.
How's the kid holding up?
She could be worse.
Yeah. Taking it a little bit better than I remember I did.
Very well. Very well. Oh, and I'm noting the hell out of this.
Yeah. Is it a major or a minor?
It'll be a minor.
Okay.
And I would add to this, I don't mind if you tell anyone who you're telling this to, because if it was our charge to do this, it should be known that it was our charge to ask. So if the Baron comes around asking you why you might have told anyone else, just say we talked you into it.
As far as the Baron is concerned, I'm still continuing an investigation. But I don't like being this way. Sorry to give you the runaround. He reaches into his pocket and he just kind of like moves something around and he thinks about it. Eberhardt's not a family name. It came up from, or at least not in Salem. It's originated in Germany. I was able to trace his name back down to Mexico. And it was implied he traveled north, which I guess we now know where to. As far as his whereabouts, I have every animal that I know of looking for him in Salem, so it is technically a matter of time. Which sounds like something that you are severely lacking.
Yes.
So maybe you'll have more luck with some of these clues than I will. He reaches into his pocket and he pulls out a little card. Like a key fob.
Mhm.
This was found over in Rudenza. One of the only things that survived the cops and their aggressive searching. It's a little key fob that looks like it lets you in onto a yacht. An entrance to a private door. And on it, it says... One second. Wrong page. On it, it says the SS Monarch. Like the butterfly. And on this key card is this little plant, this little adhesed barnacle. I don't know what. Something happened on that boat. Eberhardt led to me find. I started my investigation into Eberhardt. I found this. I still haven't done a clean sweep of the actual park, but one of my, shall we say, friends picked this up for me.
All right. May I? Asking to take it.
No, it's
and
yours.
Look at it.
I don't have any use for it.
I thank you.
Yeah.
Any clue helps.
As far as your Eberhardt goes, I think it was Representative Price who brought up the idea of the Black Hand making an appearance.
Hmm.
He might not have been entirely crazy. Mexico and South of America, Southern Americas, were last when I heard of their base of operations.
Right.
I hope you get this guy. If you don't, well, maybe the truth behind all this is a little more extreme than we thought.
Well, he is. We know what clan he's from.
Yeah.
Um, call us if you need us.
My people will be in touch.
Right.
And, Mr. Devereaux, this never happened.
What did?
Please help yourself to a pint on the way out. And you see some of the people, like, lean over with their necks.
Would this be a scene for Eleanor? I don't think so.
This isn't your scene, no, but you are still free to feed if the opportunity presents itself. You get the sensation that he has cultivated a herd of blood dolls. So
Right.
drinking wouldn't necessarily be a bad idea if you needed it.
Yeah. Mechanically, I not really hungry much, but just to be polite, I guess, in game and stuff, I will partake. Just a show of good spirit and goodwill, good faith.
I don't think Eleanor will.
Okay.
I have the prey exclusion.
Marcus does not seem to be put off by it at all.
Yeah.
Marcus is a man that gets it.
Yeah, she's picky about her.
Yeah. And on your way out, he does final word. I really do wish you luck, and give the kid my regards.
This is a big help. Thank you.
Well, I'll ping the driver to get his ass back to the front, and we are out.
Yeah.
DJ, turn up. You ride back with your new little card to the Monarch. You make your way back.
I'm gonna hold on to it and make sure that barnacle stays there.
It does, with all of your willpower focused on the barnacle.
Barnacles.
Do not go anywhere. You are staying right here.
Back at the Ravensquill, back at the ranch. Does anything?
Meanwhile, thousands of miles away.
Yeah.
I don't. So.
Lily's probably gone through, like, if there was a lull in conversation after, it's like, okay, we'll wait or whatever. If Donovan, whatever, she's probably, like, going, like, just kind of that awkward silence. She doesn't really know how to make small talk, but, like, is it maybe, like, taking stock of what she has in her bag again, like, going through things, and Donovan would watch her, like, take out book.
Donovan would probably at least offer, like, hey, like, I know I literally just said I'm not, like, oh, book, let me book.
Let me
Notepad.
You're a bookworm. All right. I can work with that.
Yeah, these are just some of my favorites.
Finally, something I can go on. Thank you.
Yeah, I have most of my collections back at my apartment, but these are the ones that I always these are my favorite, and I just feel like I need I always would have at least one or two, in my bag just in case, just a lull. It's better than looking at my screen, but I really just want to have all of them. Have you read any I'm gonna and she like takes out you can see she's trying to like definitely like focus on something.
If there are any books you would typically see in any form of school curriculum, yes. Anything
Okay, so-
outside of that, no.
Okay, so he would probably recognize. So the books that she takes out of her bag are the probably one you would recognize them from school would be To Kill a Mockingbird.
Oh yeah, you
But
recognize
there's
that.
also The Hobbit, Peter
Nope.
Pan, Secret Garden,
He
Little
would know
Women,
Peter Pan only for the movie.
and
for
the
Disney
first.
movie. That's it.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah, and then copy of the first Harry Potter book, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. It's actually she got a copy of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone.
He would
yeah.
recognize that one.
And then also she would pick out this you could tell very used but very well taken care of, but you could tell very worn Bible. It has
that
little
tracks.
tags. Yeah. And, like her notebook, and again I have so many. These are just the ones that I know. My apartment's not much, but I really feel homesick.
A little side note. There are bookshelves in Eleanor's shop everywhere.
Okay. That gets even in the back room or just the
Even
front?
in the back room.
Back room.
She's got them
Okay.
everywhere.
Look at this stuff.
Donovan might even fucking point that out. Like, how did the bookworm miss all of this and like gestures to all of the fucking books that are around?
You're dumb ass now.
I guess. I mean,
I'm giving you shit. You were a little distracted.
yeah, and I guess I didn't really look at any of the titles because honestly, this place really scared. It's getting better being around, but I was really scared to look of what was on the shelf. My grandmother would faint if she even found out I was spending time here, even stepped foot in this place. And so she's gonna put her books like back, and she'll go and peruse the shelf then to see if she, because she was anticipating like grimoires and dark arts and devil work and whatever, and seeing if she sees any like stuff she recognized or whatever normal shit.
Season 3 of the Winx Club on VHS.
Oh shit!
Where's the VHS?
I don't know.
She's got all the seasons of Charmed on DVD.
Yo.
Oh, let's do some practical magic shit. Like
Oh fuck.
I imagine Eleanor would have. There is a cult, but none of it is like super bad.
Book of the Dead shit, because in her little
Stephen
in her
King, we have
Yeah.
we have a lot of like dark fantasy.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you see.
I imagine Eleanor, funnily enough, would probably have the entire Harry Potter series.
Good.
Gross.
So yeah, once you point it out, and she kind of gets you could tell she becomes fully versed in looking at like what she has on her shelf. And
there are going to be shelves that are related to kindred and blood sorcery.
She'll avoid those. Whenever she sees stuff that she's just like, oh, all right.
But Eleanor does have a mix of like fantasy, magical. She does have a lot of occult, but none of it is like harmful occults.
Oh, she is now perusing
as like Lola's going through it. Like, yeah, I bet Doc will appreciate having someone else to talk about books.
Are you not a reader?
Funnily enough, you'll also see college books on abnormal psychology.
Okay, but we're not asking. We're not getting the real information. Where's the romance section? Where's the smut?
It's probably mixed in. Yeah, so that's
It's hidden in there. You gotta
Like,
find it's like a little
the book
Masquerade
covers
hug.
are like false.
Yes,
Yeah.
no,
So
it's one of
like,
those.
Oh my
Yes.
god, she has all the Harry Potter series. Oh my god, pitching a tent.
Oh
volumes
my
1 through
God.
9.
Surprise! The Harry Potter. It's all fake. They're all
It's all
fake
fake.
covers.
No, the Harry Potter is legit, but she does have like
Yeah.
she
That's
does-
upstairs in her personal collection.
Yeah.
Uh,
I was gonna say that's like down in the basement, away from customers.
No,
Probably.
it's not. It's not Harry Potter.
Yeah.
It's my immortal.
Ooh. Yeah, it's like
No.
Encyclopedia Britannica.
No.
What is
Oh,
Icebreaker?
Anyway,
All right. Anyway, yeah, you're not a reader.
Anyway,
Eh,
no, I'm not too much of a reader. I guess interests otherwhere, and also just like school wasn't really my thing. I wasn't super good at it.
No, that's understandable. I was okay. Books were kind of my getaway. So
Everyone needs
So
one,
we
I
ha-
guess.
have you? Okay, please don't take offense to this. Have you ever read The Outsiders? If I'm gonna look and see if she has The Outsider. If she doesn't have a copy of The Outsiders, I know you said you don't read, but it's a short book, and I think you would. Again, I haven't known you that long, but I feel like you would enjoy it.
All right.
Is it one of those like trademark books?
Yeah, it's one of those. A lot of schools has it in required reading.
I was gonna say
It's a
lot-
very
Eleanor
well.
would have
it's,
it.
It's
Okay,
some, it's
yeah.
in
It's a
some,
Penguin
not
classic.
In a lot.
It's a classic. Yeah.
Like I didn't read it in high school. That wasn't in any of my programs.
For
but
me,
I know that it is in some school curriculum.
For
Eleanor
me-
would probably have it.
Yeah.
Anything that's in a school curriculum, Eleanor would have. Just
Oh, she does. Oh, and she has it in an order for. Oh, she has the Dewey Decimal System. I really
she
appreciate
has
this woman.
college books on psychology. She's got biochemistry books. She's got school shit.
This is
wow, I
Donovan
want to
probably
put you in a
see.
locker.
Yeah.
Donovan
She's
would
a
probably
nerd.
notice.
To Yale.
Yeah,
To
So
Yale,
you're like,
so she's
do
got
I
this
need,
stuff.
bitch.
do I need to leave you alone? Like, do I need to give you a minute? Like, should I go?
No, just this is the, and you can say this is the first. She's like she looks. I don't know, human, not pathetic. Like she looks kind of actually like
A person.
And I go to here, and it's The Outsiders. We can ask her if you could borrow it or something, but I think no, it's a really good one, and it's a really quick read. They assigned it to me in middle school, so
What's it about?
so it's about this group. It's actually kind of like two groups of they're kind of like gangs. And it's about the story of this younger one that it's like a breaking the mold kind of like it's
I just gotta read it to find out.
yeah, it's I don't know. I feel like again, don't take offense, but it's like the main character is this very sweet kid who is put into these very the people around him, it's in this gang and trying to fight between the like what he's supposed to do, morals, and just like what society. It's just it's a nice one. I don't know.
At about this time, Eleanor and Felix, you make your entrance back into the shop.
Okay.
And she's
Yeah,
just like
I'll,
describing kind of, you walk into, she's like describing, just trying to like be as vague as possible for like, for Donovan describing the book or whatever. And it's just, I think it's like, I don't know. You seem like one of those, I don't know,
I'll give it a shot.
outsider
I'll ask-
types. I don't know. Again, don't take offense. I don't mean it in any offending way. It's
Tell
just
you
like
what, I'll read it and I'll let you know.
Okay.
I see you
Interesting.
found my books.
Yes.
Oh, hey, perfect timing.
Sorry. I hope it did. You have a really
Can I borrow
organized
this?
system.
And he holds up the
Man.
copy of The Outsiders. Can I borrow this?
Sure.
The cat
As
looks
long as you
up.
bring it back to me.
Wouldn't you have to be able to read?
Ha 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 ha! You're so funny.
Meow.
I'm just gonna turn to
Right.
Eleanor and be like, "Pony boy."
If Lily hears that, she laughs. It's probably the first time you've heard her like genuinely laugh. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway. Let me know. Yeah, I mean, if you don't like it, please feel free. Like, you can tell me. But it's one of mine.
Give it a shot.
So you like
yeah,
books, huh?
yeah. And actually, her book bag is probably like her books are neatly stacked next to her book bag that she had But yeah, no, your collection is really nice, and you have it really nicely organized. Actually, I could probably get some tips from you for oh my gosh, my job. If I still have a job. I work part-time at a bookstore. I did, if I still do.
I'm sure, given the circumstances, you will still have the job should you decide to go that route.
Right. Mr.
Speaking
Parker
of,
Yes.
we got some info.
Yeah, I guess they were collecting some of the lost items from the park, and there's, actually not too far away from here, they have a point where you can go and pick up things, and I was just... Maybe my stuff is there.
You want your phone back.
Yeah.
And your wallet.
If it's still there and no one's... Yeah, it's just been constantly in the back of my mind. It just... I don't know, I don't know if I feel naked almost without it.
I personally didn't grow up with a phone, so I don't really understand. But
These damn kids.
You can't even use it if you wanted to.
Yes. I am
But-
what Donovan has referred to as jelly. But yes. We can look into that.
First things
I
first.
told her I had a way I could maybe get it back if she was willing to wait another night.
Okay.
But I said at least wait till you two got back.
Alright. Thank you for staying put.
Storyteller.
I can follow instructions on occasion. Thank you very much.
On occasion. Did the person that I took a little drinky drink out of, were they imbibing other substances that I am feeling currently?
Oh shit!
You would have to be... It's not a one-to-one, from my understanding, with vampires and blood alcohol. You're kind of however drunk you want to be.
Okay. Probably just a nice buzz.
Yeah.
But we found out some stuff, and I think this would probably be an interesting little history lesson for all of us, because I didn't know most of it either. It's kind of interesting, Donovan. You'll get a kick out of this too. And then we'll sort of noodle the history of the Tremere Zamitzi infighting and
Yeah. Be like,
Please shit.
yeah.
and then be like, it's pretty
I'm not old
crazy.
enough to be a part of that, by the way. But Lily, you and I might be able to help you with your newfound abilities in that aspect.
I don't even know what abilities besides being... I don't feel...
They kind of just... They'll come to you.
We're starting on the same foot.
I I do want to make a point in your study over the Zemitzi skill. It is said that the Zemitzi were progenitors of, at least in this region of the globe, of vicissitude, which is not an innate discipline that can be learned, it must be taught.
Mm.
Sorry, I just wanted to
Right.
give that little bit.
Yeah.
So you're not going to wake up to her one day being able to turn rabbits into sock puppets.
Yeah,
Goddamn.
that's the part that Eleanor would share, but like with other things,
Mm-hmm.
like she can help.
So there's that. We got some leads on
Yes, this card. I
Epperhart.
need to use one of my shiny ability, my kindred abilities, to glean some info from this.
Okay.
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 So
That's good, I guess.
Let the lady work.
you saw Donovan, Donny boy over here, can talk to animals, yes?
Yeah.
I can talk to plants. And I'll point to the little barnacle on this card. So
Oh.
this is going to be a nice little bit of information I can potentially get on
Okay.
your sire, potentially, or what happened that night.
Why? What happens when we find him?
One thing at a time.
Your guess is as good as mine, kiddo. But let's
Given what I know about the Zemitzi and what I just shared, probably not good.
Lily just mumbles under my breath. Under her breath. Just my luck, another deadbeat.
Ooh.
Sorry.
Anyway,
All right,
so
do that voodoo that you do so well.
all right, so I am going to use my verdant whispers.
As a rouse check.
Uh-huh. Oh, that is a success.
It is perfect form, exactly how you were instructed. The pool is intelligence plus occult.
Is that all your dice? Please tell me yes.
That is probably my biggest dice pool.
Oh my god.
We're in for a treat.
Stand back. Watch your work.
Watch her cook.
Let her cook. All she does is Lily will probably just busy herself with looking through the books again, trying to distract herself and not, you can tell she's a little after hearing the history and then talking about her sire and the potential and just how it doesn't sound. It's just not sounding very good. She's just gonna be trying to be elsewhere.
I don't think I've ever seen Alyssa this happy.
I'm so excited.
Good rolls.
So excited!
And I just can't hide it.
Petrusina was an inch away from frolicking. 5 successes.
And that's not even the best I can do.
Damn.
Baby.
And I rolled
Successes.
That's me on a bad day.
Is the sum total of the plant spirit's knowledge on a given subject.
Mm-hmm.
So, what is your question? What do you wish to know?
Okay. Let's see.
It does not specify a max use. It does have a duration of one scene.
Mm-hmm.
I would rule that for each new... No. Just ask your question. We'll cross that bridge together.
All right. What was it? I'll ask the plant.
I know, stress.
It's like, how do I word
No
this
pressure. No
in a
pressure.
single question? That's my problem. I'll ask, what did you see throughout your time on the SS Monarch?
I was retrieved from the ocean. Someone dropped a card. I latched on. I saw several people, not human, strong and powerful, as well as one who led all of it. He was named Aiden. He was important, and his 5 guests were important too. Each of different businesses and different dispositions. They each had servants bound to them. Aboard the boat, the one called Aiden left, and before he could leave, an explosion. I was fished out of the wreckage. Me too, kid.
A vibe.
Sorry, I said Aiden. I meant to say Adrian. I double-checked my notes.
Okay.
And he finishes Adrian Roth.
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 5 guests with servants.
Damn.
Guess. 5. Hey, besides the meat sea, how many types of clans were there?
All right, Eleanor would share. Thank you for sharing. And then Noodles, her info.
The name Adrian Roth doesn't ring a bell, does it?
It does.
Oh shit, okay.
Motherfucker.
How?
I will allow you a roll to try and remember.
Try and remember? This isn't in my backstory, or...
No, it's not.
Fuck. Well, yeah, I would like to. If it's ringing bells, I would like to remember. What do I need to roll?
Roll composure and awareness.
Okay, awareness, and just verify 2 of those, or however many hunger I have.
Do not include your hunger die.
Oh, thank you. You're very kind.
This is not a roll that
Oh,
relies on the
it's
power of the blood.
okay. Composure and awareness.
Yes.
Wow. Really? I'm gonna spend a willpower and re-roll. I think, what is it? I get 3 of them?
Up to
Yes.
3.
Up to 3. Yeah, I'm gonna do
You can
that.
spend
'Cause that's
a willpower to reroll up to 3 dice.
yeah. Let's do that, please. Because I want to fucking remember. There's no way that's that big of a. So much better. Oh shit! I wish I got. Okay, so it's only double when you have 2 with stars, like a pair,
Yes.
right? Okay. 5 successes.
You remember last night when you were in the cage? You remember a man who called Eleanor out of her name. You expect us to trust a Tremere brat? A representative of the assembly. His companion, a woman on his arm, urged for your demise.
What a dick.
So I remember he was in the panel that I would assume would be on the assembly.
Yes, he's one of
Okay.
the representatives. And for those of you in the know,
District 8, right?
District 8.
Under Baron Karain.
Ah!
Do we know his clan?
Then true.
Then true.
I thought I wouldn't have known. I wouldn't have known his name, would I, then?
You were, because his name was mentioned
Oh,
by
it
Representative
was.
Moon.
Oh, okay, but that one woman, I think she mentioned him when I was in. That name was mentioned. Was he there?
That would appear to be the case.
I think he was who he brought wanted to kill me. To be fair, a lot of them did, though.
Well, we know that the Ventru are one of the 5 clans responsible. I mean, on the surface, this looks like a sort of a power grab. At least in my mind. The only thing I can think of is, expecting the worst, preparing, or expecting the best, preparing for the worst. And it seems like some people outside of the purview of the assembly, and I can't remember, maybe members of the Black Hand, or working with, or maybe not even with them. Maybe they're doing their own thing. Seems that these people from these 5 clans, I wouldn't sort of deem to put the responsibility on, obviously the old members of these clans, but I think these 5 people that our little barnacle friend mentioned are all sort of conspiratorially tied together to gain some numbers and do very naughty things. And and probably just everything got out of hand. Would be my first guess, knowing what we know. But now that we have his name, the question then is, who do we bring this information to? The representative is implicated. It's not an easy accusation to make.
What was
Especially if
the?
we have no proof.
Is that
Outside of the word of the barnacle.
that
We
key
should
card?
gather as much information on this individual as we can, and potentially find out who the other 5 were.
It's the right answer.
You got that key card you said from that
Yes.
one guy,
Marcus.
and he got it from the park.
Yeah.
So someone fished it out and brought it to the park.
Yep.
It doesn't.
Might be.
It doesn't necessarily mean that they had something to do with what happened, but it is very suspicious.
So it could be somebody who was there. Could
I don't know who would benefit from fishing this key card out from
Yeah.
a yacht.
If anyone else fished it out, they probably would throw it away. So they would have to have. If
known
they
it
held
was
on to
there.
it,
Yeah.
they had to have known something about it.
Also would have
Because
known
if I
what
just
to
fished,
look
if I
for.
was just out there, if I was just out there fishing and I pulled this out, I'd throw it back or I'd throw it away.
Yeah.
And whoever might have been responsible for the destruction of the monarch may have had ghouls in their service that were asked to rid evidence from the scene, possibly.
Donovan
And then-
mentioned ghouls before, that like Luna was a ghoul. Are you talking about people or animals?
People.
So
Potentially both.
There is the ability to pull people into your service.
Kind of like thralls.
Sometimes in a semi against their will, but maybe not kind of ways.
It's complicated. It varies case by
Yeah.
case.
And I don't worry. I don't condone any of that.
I was gonna say, is it rude to ask if you have? And I look down at Luna. Who's Luna?
She's an exception.
It kind of sounds like indentured servitude.
It is.
More or less.
It's not something I would recommend.
Oh.
Ever.
Okay. Yeah. No, that seems a little very morally not in a... Yeah. Like, unless they were... Why would someone... Do they do it against their will, or...
There's a
Sorry,
bit of...
sorry, this is an uncomfortable topic. I'm just very... This is a lot of new vocabulary and understanding how...
There is a heightened sense of being as a ghoul.
You do get some abilities as a human from consuming kindred blood.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
But, okay. So I feel like an investigation into, or at least a tailing, maybe, into Adrian Roth and any associates they have would be wise.
Storyteller, would I be able to use Verdant Whispers again to speak with Barnacle?
I'm just gonna give it to you. It says duration 1 scene. You already rolled so well. You can go ahead and ask my question.
Okay. How did you end up at that? Gosh, what was the place called again that it got picked up at?
Rodenza Park.
Redenza
A
Park.
tourist.
Hands. I was pocketed. Last thing I saw was a woman fishing the one called Adrian out of the river. She was dressed nicely. They seemed close. But the hands I couldn't see. When I was deposited at the park, it was chaos.
All right. Thank you.
Sounds like our friend was a unintentional bonus to fishing out our friend Adrian Roth from the harbor. So, and then in the madness of everything, got spilled out onto the ground.
So I assume Eleanor tells us exactly.
Oh yeah, she shares.
And she's and Lily's kind of wrapping her head. And the barnacles said this.
Yes.
So the barnacle didn't know who grabbed it, but saw a nicely dressed woman get Adrian out of the river. So it wasn't the woman and Adrian, but someone probably that was on that boat grabbed that key, is what I'm guessing. And whoever that person, one of those people who was on that boat, was at the park then when things went bad. Whether or not they were participating or not. You know, in any other circumstance, this would have been an amazing novel.
Yeah.
This doesn't feel real.
Well, the night is young. You never know what else we might find out. I mean, what do you think? Is it worthwhile to go? Because we know that Redenza's been picked mostly clean. Would it be worth our while to go to the harbor to see if we can see anything remaining of the monarch ourselves? If it's worth investigating that, or just
think we
investigating
should.
our people?
For now, try to get Lily back her phone and.
Okay.
And then gather as much info.
Donnie, what was your plan to retrieve her phone?
I was just gonna ask if. Well, it was gonna depend on whether or not we wanted me to talk to my contact in Salem PD. If so, long as I'm there, I can ask her for Lily's makeup. A buddy says make up a relative for you. His sister, whatever, is missing, and he wants to know if her stuff is.
That could work.
I don't have any siblings.
Well, here's my idea.
Need to know that.
You and Lily can take a selfie together right now, and then you have photo evidence that you know who she is, and then you can walk into the station and say, "My friend Lily is in the hospital right now, but I want to grab her things. Here's proof that I know her. And maybe get her ID from her wallet that way, and they can match it and be like, okay, well, here's her effects. And if since we know what her phone looks like, you could say, okay, well, that's also her phone. And do you have a code to unlock it? If we
Yeah.
we can know that, and then we can get into it that way and prove that we know how to get into your phone. And then bang, bang, boom, straight to the moon. Here we are. We have your stuff.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm alright with that.
Okay. Yeah.
Sure.
I mean,
Yeah.
y'all can look like friends, can't you?
I think we can manage that.
You look to be close enough to the same age.
So, what time is it currently, storytelling?
It is about 3 in the morning. You don't have too much nighttime left.
Yeah. So, I think
Okay,
as
well,
soon
we
as the
probably
sun goes
shouldn't
down tomorrow, we can make that happen
Okay.
while
I
the
was gonna
police
say
station's open.
probably shouldn't take this this picture together in a cool but creepy as fuck antique shop.
Fair.
Probably be somewhere else.
Yeah, and maybe when you go to get my phone, definitely like change your outfit so it looks like it was a different day, maybe.
Right. Yeah.
Um,
I got.
She's pretty smart.
It's good.
Okay.
I just read a lot of anyway.
By the way, while you are here, feel free to read any of these books that I have that catch your interest.
Thank you. I appreciate your collection there is really nice. Like those first
I've had a lot
edition,
of time.
this first edition like Lord of the Rings up there, that's really pretty.
Mm-hmm. They're good books and also pretty. Good for display.
I miss my books. Okay, yeah, I don't, guess I don't take many selfies with people besides my dogs. My dog. A lot of pictures of my dog are on my
Well,
phone.
lucky for you, I used to. So,
Okay.
mostly with like
That's
my
all you
family
guys.
and my little brother, but
Well,
I got practice. I'll take the picture.
Okay.
storyteller, I mean, I'm sure that part of the plan can be tomorrow if they're somewhere close, since we know that it itself is close. Maybe we can also find like a bar somewhere as soon as the sun goes down that they can just stand outside of and be like real fast, and then
Yeah.
Donovan can leave some clothes, get changed, and then go do his mission.
They could probably do that tonight, right?
Yeah, it's
a
just down
fucking
this.
selfie. Like,
Well, I mean, last call was probably 2 hours ago. Let's be real. It's 4 in the morning.
Yeah, they could
True.
be hanging out on the street outside the bar now.
That's
Got
very
kicked
true.
out.
You said you had a bike, right? We could pose in front of that.
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Okay.
Here it comes.
It's like, I don't know,
Like-
like maybe
like-
not quite go back to Denza Park, but like, close by or out, maybe like, I don't know, where do you normally hang out or used to?
Now it sounds cliche, but the library, or a park, or my house. Unless it's in the winter and the heat's out, then I take Oliver out and we find a cafe that is dog friendly and warm. But yeah, not very many exciting places.
Okay, I tell you what. not tonight. It's almost 4 in the morning, so I can't get this tonight. If we don't have to do this, but I know of a very scenic spot. Town. If you're willing to go on a little ride, we can get a great shot of us with like the city in the background.
Like, so when you said bike, are you talking motorcycle?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I would, again, this would have to happen tomorrow because I would need to go get you a helmet.
Oh, I wouldn't impose that on you. Those are really expensive, right? Those are, yeah, that's...
Pull out my wallet, give him $100. Here you go.
Oh, fuck, Jesus Christ. Thanks,
Keep the change.
FedEx. Yes, sir.
And I'll just slip Felix $20.
And I mean, I realize you probably just found this in your couch this morning, but I mean, holy shit.
Yeah, Lily, you shouldn't probably want for many things anymore, any creature comforts that you can get, or anything physical. You see that? I'm going to point to a bookshelf, and there is there's a first edition, The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. It's like, I got that at an auction, and I gave it to someone I know who would like it. I've done well, so it's okay. So if you need anything, when I say don't hesitate to ask, you want it, we'll get
really
it.
Means do not hesitate. He got you. He's got you covered.
I wanted to kind of ask, because so what we talking about that, so that was like the vampire council government that we talked to yesterday that I was on display for at the mercy of potentially. Like, I'm sorry, the only thing I have to compare of is like the Volturi from Twilight, like the people in charge. That's all. But the people in charge of follow their rules.
Specifically Salem.
Okay, but
It's more like a
Salem,
collection
just
of
of
leaders.
Salem, right?
Yeah, specifically
Okay.
for Salem.
But
Think of them as sort of the vampire chamber of commerce.
Like mayors.
Yeah.
okay. And they put me in your care. What
Yes.
am I? You mentioned ward. Don't
worry about it. That's just fancy language.
do I want to
you-
make? Yeah. Do I? Oh, what?
No,
I don't
no.
know where.
You're not a prisoner here. You're free. We sort of adopted you as a new fledgling kindred who needed to be shown the ropes. And while you're still learning, we want you around because it's dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. Because there have been stories of kindred who didn't know they were embraced, woke up, went outside to go get the paper. You know, we don't want that kind of stuff happening to you.
And if
Think
I
of
do
it as
something,
like an apprentice.
Yes. Protege, mentor. But you have 3.
Look, hey, Baron Wimbledon gave me a job. As far as I'm concerned, that job hasn't ended yet. I was told specifically that I was to watch you and protect you.
Yes.
Direct order from my boss. So
you're not held against your will, but we strongly advise to probably follow our advice for a while. But other than that, you can, if we still don't know if it's safe for your apartment. Yeah, your apartment's probably not safe for anyone, let alone a kindred. But
Yeah.
you know, you have this as much as you need. Donovan has his little hideouts whenever you need. You can certainly come to my neck of the woods if you'd like. You know, whatever you need, we can get. And
Very
Speaking
kind.
of,
I don't.
shouldn't we maybe be looking for a new haven for her?
Yes.
I can't exactly log on to Indeed or sorry, onto Zillow or whatever and like look for jobs and or apartments for our friend. But yes, we definitely should. Depends on where we'd like to keep her comfortable because money is not an option. But
I don't want to
being
impose.
seen by anyone you know is a potential issue.
Probably not
So
great.
yes, so maybe a side of town that you're not known to be hanging around, but not somewhere obviously dangerous or out of your way or anything like that.
I
No,
think
that-
we'll let her decide first before we pick a new haven, maybe.
Yes.
Well, I'm just throwing it out there because either way, she's gonna need a place to live.
This is
Yeah.
true.
I don't think you want her crashing on your couch forever, Doc. I don't think she wants to crash on your couch forever.
Your guest room's really, really lovely. I don't want to impose more. You all. I'm very
No,
grateful.
you gotta have your own space. I get it.
But I also don't want you all to feel like you just have to.
Listen,
I told you.
I am happy to
I
help.
was given a job. I'm gonna do my job.
And I'll do everything in my power not to. Sounds like whatever I do reflects on you, and I don't want.
Just listen to the advice we give you and you should be just fine.
I mean, you have your own instincts too. I mean, but you know, don't look at this as you owing us for much of anything. I mean, we have resources we're willing to throw at you, and besides, I mean, you know, being put into this position, you know, without friends or allies, it's like being born an orphan, and you need parents, don't you? So, you know, we're not exactly your parents, but you know, you need someone to help you and kind of guard you a bit. So,
Yeah. So, you remember when I told you? Oh shit.
oh god,
There it is. Okay.
Okay.
Hand her a
It is.
handkerchief.
Yeah, it gets
Maybe
pretty.
offer her a hug if she needs it.
Yeah. She kind of just has a breakdown at this
we'll
point.
group hug.
She's like, come here. Come here.
Her tears are blood, as you are
Yeah.
well reminded.
Yeah, it's
Yup.
getting red, stained red up in this bitch.
Handkerchiefs.
Oh, well, that's a brand new shirt. That's okay. That's okay. Let it out. Let it out.
This is why I wear black.
Yeah.
FedEx, you literally just said money is not an object. Maybe chill.
I know, but this was the last one on the. Never mind.
The thread
It's one
count.
of a kind.
The thread count.
I have to go back to Target. I can't believe this. No, I'm just kidding. No.
I think
Yeah,
you
we-
pronounce it Target.
But we have our little session, and then
There it is. It was just a matter of time for the
Yeah.
breakdown to happen.
let it out. Yeah,
Oh.
let it out, and then.
Mhm.
And then I'll just tell Donovan at some point before everything goes, you know, it's like, you know, just keep doing what you're doing. Like, I think she needs like someone who looks like a contemporary, and obviously, as you like to say, Gramps
That's
and
not you.
the Doc is not people of her generation. So, you know, and
We,
like I put like my hand on his shoulder and just be like, this is what she needs, and you're doing a good thing, man.
We kind of talked about that a little bit already. I kind of told her a little bit about it, but we kind of have talked about that and how I am both the best and the worst person to ask questions to because for pretty much the same reason. I am the youngest here, and I remember very vividly what that was like.
Well,
So
I mean, my advice too is if you have some time and you can get it done, I don't know, show her some of the stuff you can still do. I think she knows she can't eat, and that throws a lot of stuff out the window. But like, I don't know, some of the change you get from her helmet, go to the arcade if they still even have those, or like go to a movie or something. Like, show her that life goes on.
storyteller, does Salem have a boardwalk?
Oh, yeah, it
Like
does.
the Santa Monica Pier?
It
Yeah.
does. There's several harbors to go down, but what you're looking
Bitchin'.
for is Echo Wharf.
Hells,
Bitchin'.
yeah.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, go take her to
Thank
Echo
you. That
Wharf.
is important. That is important information for me to have for later. Thank you.
Lily, you do hear a loud alert on your laptop.
I look at it.
It is
Open it up.
it's through your school portal, and from an unknown user.
Oh fuck.
He knows. I'm so sorry.
Um.
In
I'm assuming Eleanor's probably the closest one if Donovan and Felix are having their talk, and
yes.
she drops whatever she's looking at. Eleanor?
Hmm?
And I show it.
In Salem, there are an endless number of people with an endless number of agendas. Who's to say what happened that night on the Monarch? Who's to say who the stranger is on the other end of a screen? Who's to say who I am? You will find no answers here. Only new questions. Every path ends in blood.